Hello and welcome to TMA's 2024 International Annual Patient Conference. If you have attended one of our pre-conference virtual sessions this past Wednesday, then you have already heard what I am about to say, but it bears repeating. The impact of this annual conference cannot be overstated, not because of TMA, but because of you, the attendees. True, TMA provides the blood, sweat, and maybe even a few tears in the logistical preparation and execution, but it is each of you who brings the magic. Whether you are a first-time attendee or have been numerous times, gathering within our own community is life-affirming. Camaraderie, the aha moments, the being surrounded by others who know our struggles, the mixture of tears and laughter, it is all here and all rejuvenating. In so many ways, it fortifies us to persevere through another year. Thank you for being who you are and for helping to make this conference simply magical. Today is technically day 2 of the conference, although it may not feel that way until we are all together in person next month. TMA is excited to offer virtual pre-conference content for registered attendees for the very first time, including today's conference orientation and getting acquainted by diagnosis breakout rooms. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel Bromley, and I am TMA's Senior Manager of Patient Education Support and Advocacy. And before we get started, some housekeeping notes. This webinar is being recorded and will be available to all as soon as the recording is done processing in Zoom. It will also be in the conference recording package that comes complimentary with your registration. Those recordings will be available October 15th. And if someone you know cannot attend the conference in person, but would be interested in purchasing the recordings, they can order on our website. My colleague Linda will be putting links in the chat. Other conference reminders, we do ask that you take our survey at the end of this session, and that link will be incoming in the chat, and I also have a QR code for it in the slides. We will be talking about your opportunities to volunteer, and that link is forthcoming. We will also talk about opting into the Conference Buddies program by August 30th. And we do have room, just a few spots left, for 2 of the excursions. If you want to sign up by August 30th, you can still go to National Institutes of Health or Baltimore sightseeing. So please check those out. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about briefly Heroes in the Fight registration, and that link is forthcoming as well. Speaking of what's in the chat, please let us know in the chat box what city and state you are joining us from. We also ask that you keep yourself muted until you're called on to speak. You can put questions relevant to this presentation in the chat box at any time, as we will have some time at the end of session before breakout rooms to take questions. Today, we are just so happy to host this orientation, and we will share some know before you go information, answer your questions, and then again, give you a chance to make friends with people before you even go to Baltimore. Let's see, let's get started then. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides. All right, can everybody see my slides? Yes, thank you. Okay, this is who we have today. Linda Cobert is on the call. She will just mainly be doing some of the administrative stuff in the chat, but she is here. And of course, Paula is here. And we have some special guests that will be speaking, and we will introduce them momentarily. This is again just some things that I said already. We wanted you to, if you're interested in more conference content, our YouTube channel has a playlist for the conference with lots of content in there. Our mission is to improve the lives of persons affected by myositis, fund innovative research, and increase myositis awareness and advocacy. And TMA's vision is a world without myositis. Believe me, I'd like to be out of a job. So what are you most looking forward to at the IAPC? Please put it in the chat. I'm putting mine in the chat because I am looking forward to seeing all of you. Paula, what do we got coming in the chat?
Well, this is a hard question, actually. There's so many things to look forward to. Folks are saying they're looking forward to learning more about IBM, clinical trials, seeing old friends, connecting with other patients with their diagnosis, seeing everyone in person. I'm particularly looking forward to seeing the TMA board in person, and we do have several board members on the call. Thanks for joining us today. We Zoom all the time, but we don't often get to see one another face to face. I know that's true for everybody. We have a good turnout for support groups and support group leaders expected at the
Yeah.
conference, don't we, Rachel?
Yes, we do. I'm very excited about that. That just gave me chills because I think it's the most number of group leaders that have been able to attend since I've been here. So I am so excited. All right, while you guys are still filling that out, let's go to our next question. How far are you traveling to attend? And forgive my typo. I'm usually eagle eyes. That's what Linda calls me, is eagle eyes when I proofread her stuff, but not when I proofread my own stuff, apparently. But anyway, let us know in the chat how far you are coming from. Do we have anybody? Let's see. 500 miles is Chip. He's driving. Yeah, Nancy Marks Erickson gets the probably the award for the shortest travel, as she's just a couple of blocks from the hotel. Okay, all right.
And then we have
Go
the
ahead.
other outlier.
Oh, do
Malta
we?
with
5,000
yeah.
miles? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna launch a poll because I'm also curious about uh if you could go ahead and answer that on your screen. How many IAPCs have you attended? Oh, I might have needed to change that answer for number E because you're only here if you registered, so you're beyond considering. Okay, let's see. We've got about 78 people have answered so far. I will wait a couple more seconds. Okay, let me go ahead and share results.
Wow,
Uh,
Rachel, quite a few
yeah,
first-time attendees today. That's so exciting. I hope for those that are in the other categories who've attended 1 to 7 or 10 plus times, if you have conference tips as we go along throughout the orientation, do feel free to share. We've put together some tips and we have a couple of surprise speakers to share their insights too. But with 63% of our orientation attendees being first-time attendees, I think we should drop all the pearls of wisdom we can.
absolutely. All right. Well, right now I'd like to introduce our first mystery guest. Nancy Marks Erickson is co-leader for with IBM Affinity Group and does just a phenomenal job for us. And it happens to be a resident of Baltimore. So go ahead, Nancy, take it away.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to be here. And yes, I am a part-time resident of Baltimore. I'm what you call a snowbird, so I'm up here in the summer and back. And I'm really so excited to be part of this and to have the conference in Baltimore. As I mentioned, I hope I get an award, Rachel and Paula. Hint, hint. Um, I'm coming the shortest distance. When I walk outside, I can see the Hilton vividly. It's just about 4 blocks away. And being in
Okay.
Baltimore, I'm so excited everybody's here. And I'm going to give you a couple hints and tips about enjoying your time here when you're not at the conference. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, I lead the Women with IDM group. So you probably see me in that role. This is a little different role. So in your free time, I have to say, don't miss Baltimore. One of the big things that you have right out your back door are the Baltimore Orioles. So for those of you who are into it, walk around outside. In the back, you're going to see all the Orioles. You're at the Orioles Stadium, you see the Babe Ruth stuff. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And if anybody comes in on Thursday, it's not in town, but the Ravens are playing on their first game. So you're going to see Baltimore is a big sports team. And one of the other things is you've got to take advantage of the Maryland blue crab somehow, some way. Next, Rachel. So, for those of you that can get out, and have some time, free time. It's a very walkable city during the day. The Inner Harbor is something as, I don't know if you can see it here or not, but the top picture shows the Inner Harbor. The promenade is great. There are activities at the Inner Harbor 24/7. You can pick up a tour boat and take a tour of Baltimore. The historic aspect of Baltimore is incredible. You've got Fort McHenry there. You're going to drive out to see other things. Unfortunately, you're going to go see the Key Bridge that's no longer there. And there's a TMA sightseeing excursion other than from the water. So at the Inner Harbor, you're also going to see the visitor center. Stop into the visitor center, pick up some free stuff. There are, as I said, you've got cruises there, you've got exercises there, you've got farmers markets there, you've got restaurants, you've got rec field where you can exercise and kids can play, and all kinds of events. So I mean, you're really, really lucky walking to do that. Next one, please, Rachel. So to get to the Inner Harbor, but to get to everything in Baltimore, make sure you have this link. If you don't have an Uber, it's the Charm City Circulator. You're going to see about 5 or 6 different routes. This is a bus that is ADA accessible. There are 5 or 6 different routes through the city of Baltimore, and it's free. It's free. So it'll tell you on the website whether or not you want to pick it up. You pick it up a block from the hotel. It'll take you to Fort McHenry. It's going to take you to Little Italy. It's going to take you to museums. It's going to take you to great restaurants. It will take you to Edgar Allan Poe's house, to the Babe Ruth Museum, to the Visionary Art Museum. There are so many things to do, but use the circulator if you like, if you don't want to use Uber to get around. But the best thing about Baltimore, I think, and maybe I'm prejudiced, is the food. You've got to have some Maryland crab cakes or some crab. We've given you a list of restaurants. Take a look. You've got Nick's Fish House. I love Toco's. You've got Pappas. You're going to see local Maryland crabs and crab cakes all around. Then hop on a bus, take an Uber to Little Italy, and you're going to find a myriad of Italian restaurants. Then there's also Greek Town. Baltimore is made up of some pockets, cultural pockets in the town. So you've got an Italian section where we've got Little Italy, we've got a Greek section that you've got. You're going to be staying in the Inner Harbor. You're also next to the Otterbein and Federal Hill. So when you're looking for things, look towards Federal Hill, Otterbein, Inner Harbor, Harbor East. They're close. One of my favorites, if you like delicatessen, and it's real New York deli, is Atman's. It's 100 years old. I use Grubhub order, but they have the best roast beef and Stobo. So Fort McHenry also wrote there are so many little shops and restaurants over there. And these are a hop, skip, and a jump from where you're going to be if you have time. Okay, so let's see what else we have. These are, yeah, it's local reading, events, and news. But what it really is, it's more local happenings. So, for example, when we're in some of the great programs, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it, but the people with IBM are doing a program there. So if your caregiver or some of your friends that came with you were interested, you know, you've got Saturday morning and Sunday morning, you've got a myriad of farmers markets. Or if you come in on Thursday afternoon, you're going to find this information in the South Baltimore .org.com or the Waterfront Partnership. The Waterfront Partnership is also going to give you a list of any concerts that might be going on, and what's happening there. So you've got local restaurants, you've got the Waterfront Partnership with links to restaurants and events, and you've got South Baltimore, and then the Baltimore banner.
Hey, I wanted to
So,
interject here, Nancy. I put the Maryland flag on here just because I wanted to warn
oh,
everybody coming to Maryland. We are crazy about our flag and we put it on everything. You will see it on
yep,
lunch boxes, kitchen pot holders. It's just everywhere. So now you know what it is you're seeing. Go ahead. I'll hit the
and-
next slide.
no. And Rachel, you're going to see this on the visitor center. Also, you have, you know, at Fort McHenry with the Star Spangled Banner. You've got the museum for, I'm drawing a blank. The flag, when it was made, I'm drawing a blank at the name. But you've got incredible museums that are all close by. My husband and I went to the Edgar Allan Poe Museum about a few weeks ago where we had never been. So think about the Ravens. It's not too far. The Baltimore Museum of Art and the Walters Art Gallery are both free, and they are exceptionally good museums. Sometimes, I mean, their works of art and sculpture are great, but then you have other museums. You've got the Visionary Art Museum. I know Paula is aware of it. That's perhaps maybe it's about less than a mile, but take the bus, take the circulator to see it. The Baltimore Museum of Industry to talk about the history of Baltimore. Then you have the aquarium, which is spectacular. And I think that you need to know Baltimore right now, even though large cities are struggling, still is very strong. It's one of the top ports in the US, on the East Coast of the US, and probably the number one port on the East Coast for cars and some of the other things. So as Baltimore, you don't see, but it has a very strong maritime history. Um, Anyhow, I'm here and I'm excited that it's going to be here in Baltimore and really happy. We have, I'm going to be around the whole time. So feel free. If you see me, say, Nancy, do you like restaurant A or restaurant B? Or should I use, you know, Grubhub to go over there? Or if I want a break, where can I get my nails done? Um, please. But if you have questions ahead of time, our email is at the end. It's women with IBM at myositis.com. And thanks to Linda and Rachel and Paula, all of these tips are on links at the back. But the most important thing is come have fun, enjoy the weather, and meet people. I'm excited to meet new people and learn, especially as an IBM patient as I'm going on my IBM journey. As some of you know, every day for us, there are new challenges, but we're going to learn about how we go about them and what we do in
Thank
Baltimore.
you
So
so much,
thank
Nancy.
you
We
both.
appreciate it.
And
And all the links that we have today have been put in the chat, but they are also on a slide at the end of this presentation. You will have those. And Linda also put in the chat the link to these slides, but I will also add that when I send out the recording. Okay, so now it's time for Paula. Paula, can you jump on and talk about something new for this conference?
Sure, yes. We're really excited to offer a new collection of gifts for conference sharing while you're with us in Baltimore or even leading up to it. This link is in the chat as well. So what are gifts? They're kind of like animated clip art, but you can text them back and forth. You can use them on social media. They're very popular in stories on Instagram or Facebook or similar. And so to find them, you can search on social if you're in create mode, posting something. Or you can download them from the link. So all of us had a great time with the gifts during Myositis Awareness Month, and these are wonderful awareness tools as well. We do want you, as long as you're comfortable sharing where you are and what you're learning about myositis with your networks, that helps us reach our goals to increase public knowledge about these rare diseases. So hope everybody has fun with the gifts. We pictured a few here, but there are diagnosis specific ask me about. So there's one for DM pictured here, but we also have PM and NM and IBM and even JM. So hope you enjoy. Rachel, back to you.
Thank you. All right, so some of the highlights, we have on Friday, September 6th, we're going to have Show Your Spirit Day. We will have a photographer on site, so we hope to catch you. And it doesn't have to be a Baltimore team. It can be any sports team anywhere around the world. And it's not just for conference attendees. It is something we're doing in solidarity in the myositis community. So your family and friends on the same day can wear their favorite sports team t-shirt and also get pictures. And we will have a photo booth on site, so please also get involved in that and have a little fun. We've got our excursions. Like I said earlier, Johns Hopkins is currently sold out, but we do have some spots for NIH and the sightseeing. And you can inquire about that at IAPC@myositis.org. Friday afternoon, we're going to be doing Getting Acquainted by Form of Myositis. We're going to be doing that in person. It's basically going to be very similar to what we are about to do. In person, you will have a facilitator that helps guide the conversation. Today, it's just a chance for you guys to introduce each other to yourselves. So we don't have any formal format today, but those of you who have done this before, it's just so amazing to meet other people in person that are going through the same challenges that you are. And then so you can meet people that live nearby you. On Saturday, lunch is going to be by region, and we'll have a chart there for you to see where to sit when you get in. Paula, do you want to talk a little bit about Heroes in the Fight?
Oh my gosh, I love talking about Heroes in the Fight because I'm so excited for this year's award ceremony and gala. It's going to be a really fun and really meaningful Saturday evening during the conference. So this does require an additional ticket. It's a donation of $75 to attend Heroes in the Fight, and there's reception beginning at 6:30. Doors open at 7. It includes a lovely meal and the opportunity to congratulate all of those you see on this slide. Receiving this year's Patient Ambassador Award is supermodel and DM warrior Karen Alexander. You may recognize Karen's face from the covers of Vogue and Elle and the campaigns that she has starred in. She was diagnosed with dermatomyositis in 2016. We're also recognizing Dr. Tom Lloyd with the Heroes in Research Award and the Karolinska Myositis Clinic at Karolinska University Hospital in Sweden with the Healthcare Heroes Award. And Dr. Ingrid Lundberg will be accepting that award on behalf of the clinic. We're really excited to host her. And she's been so kind as to deliver a session for us as well. So she has a talk on Saturday at 3 p.m. ahead of Heroes about some of the work that's being done on the classification criteria for IIMs. And then very excited and deeply honored this year to be presenting. TMA has announced the brand new Marianne Moyer Myositis Leader Award, and we will be joined by Marianne's husband, John, and her son and daughter-in-law. And in her memory, that award will be presented by the chair of the TMA board, Lori Boyer, and the Moyer family to Donna DeFant from the Southwest Florida Keep in Touch support group with TMA. And Linda Sabatino will be there to accept that. So it's going to be amazing. Each of these individuals and the organizations they're affiliated with has done so much to advance the science and improve the care and stand up for others with myositis. So we're excited to thank them for all of their efforts and, frankly, to have a good time together. So I hope to see you all there.
Thank you. All right, our next mystery guest is known as Myositis Joe, and every year he takes it upon himself to just so sweetly advertise the conference based on his experience, and we just really wanted to get him on here so he could talk directly to you and let you know what you can do to make the best out of your conference experience. Go ahead, Joe.
Hi, everybody. This is going to be one event that's going to be life-changing for you, the potential. It's the one time a year that you get to meet 400 people plus that really know what head drop feels like, or foot drop feels like, or what it's like to try and get out of a chair. So it's real important that you go out and meet these people and greet them and talk to them, share best practices, and help each other. I've been to 7 of these in-person international meetings with the TMA, the patient conference, and with each one, I've brought back something with me that has helped me improve my quality of life after each session. But when I go, I always bring a list of things that I want to do to keep me focused, and I wanted to share that with you. For all the first-timers out there, here are my tips for making this conference even that much better. Number 1, create a list of questions and concerns you have about your specific myositis disease before you go to the conference. That way you're thinking with a clear head, what questions do you have? What issues are you running into? And so you write it down and make sure that way you can address it when you get to the conference. Then when you get there, preview the agenda and look at what's recorded and what's not recorded, and attend as many of the ones that's not recorded as you can, and attend the ones that meet your needs, your specific needs and situation. Take special note of who's in the room at these sessions. Look for names and people that you've met on Facebook or social media, and reach out and talk to them. One of the worst things you want to do is go to the conference, sit there, be scared, and not talk to anybody. The purpose of the conference is to share best practices and enjoy. What you're going to find when you talk to your fellow myositis warriors and patients is that this room is filled with people with hope, people that are striving to do better than they were before, trying to make each day better. It's not about doom and gloom. It's about discovering a new way to get out of the chair, or how to open up and close your hand, or how to deal with a situation that frustrates you, that someone else has figured out another way of doing it. And one of the other keys is don't judge yourself or gauge yourself how another myositis person's doing. We're all in different phases and stages in dealing with different situations with our disease. We may be in the same storm, but our environment's different and our support system's different. But being there at the TMA conference, you have opportunity to learn from 400 plus people, not only just from the medical board and the advisory board members and the board of directors, but that person sitting next to you. When you go to the conference, try and sit with somebody from your state or your city or within a day's ride of you and get to meet these people, because these are the people you're going to lean on when you've got that challenging day, that you can pick up the phone and go, hey, what are you doing here? Or what have you tried? Or let's go have lunch, or let's go have dinner. It's very, very important to have support from your local community. Uh, make an effort to meet those that are in your local areas. Uh, don't be afraid to ask any questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. If you got a question, speak out. Just don't wait for somebody else to ask it for you. If you're uncomfortable doing it in a crowd, walk up to a medical board person or a board or myositis board member, or just a fellow myositis person that you've chatted with on social media, and ask them the question. You'd be amazed how many long-term uh, long-time life friends you're going to make from this going to this conference. I mean, one after another, I've met more inspiring people over the 11 years I've had IBM going to the conference than I have my first 55 years of not having the disease. The people are out there. Reach out and ask them questions, learn their best practices, share your best practices. And it's just that over and over and over the interaction. It's you can't do this disease alone as much as you try. Some people think I do, but I don't. I mean, I've posted over and over and over on some of the support group sites of all the different people that I've met, many through the conference, that have helped me tremendously to get to the point where I am today. Try and walk away with at least one thing at every conference you've gone to that you can take home that really makes a difference in your life. Yeah, that's the purpose of the conference is to surround yourself with people who know what it's like to live with myositis, who are there to make their lives better, and reach out to them, and together you'll figure this thing out. It is, I mean, the conference is like, wow, I can't, I'd have to have a book 2 inches thick of the list of everybody that I've met that's made some type of contribution to my life with myositis, just one after another after another. And just because you see a medical board member up there at a social event, go out and reach him out and talk to him or her. And I mean, I've got 5 medical board members that I keep up with on a regular basis that I ask questions to. These people actually talk to you one-on-one, like like you've been friends forever. They want to help you. So ask
They
them a question.
absolutely do. They love to be at the conference as much as you and others love to go to the conference. Thank you so much, Joe. We really appreciate you coming on and talking about your tips. And I will add a slide with those tips before I send it out. All right, let's see. One of the things that Joe talked about was picking your sessions ahead of time. You don't have to wait till you get there and get the printed program in your hand. You actually can download the current full conference schedule, and Linda has already put that link in the chat, and that'll let you know, okay, these are the time blocks for each session breakout, and what are my options, and it'll say if it's not recorded. Okay, we have a couple that we can't record because of privacy issues. So if you have that option, if you would like to download that PDF, but we are so excited to actually introduce something. This is our very first conference app, and we are so excited. And I would like to introduce our next mystery guest, and that would be Susie Helm, who is largely responsible for this app and does so much to help TMA. We love her dearly. Go ahead, Susie. You're on mute, Susie.
Okay, you need to let me share.
Okay, there we go. I've stopped sharing
There
and you
we
can
go.
share your slides.
Okay, so this is the cover that you'll see. You'll see this part. You won't
Do
see
we
this.
see her slides?
Can you see
Not
them?
yet. Nope.
Not yet. Try again.
Can you see
There you
that?
go. Mhm. Yep.
Great. Okay, I'm in edit mode, so you'll see this on your phone or your iPad. And what you'll see is this is the cover that you'll see. I'm in edit mode, so you won't see this part. Then you'll see a welcome. And this is how you can read it. You'll be able to slide down just like this as well. This is what you'll be very interested in. This is the events. So let me go to a day that has some good events. You can just click on this day. And let's say this is the class that you would want to go to. It tells you the time. It will also have the room in it too. And it shows you who the speaker is. If there are any materials that can be uploaded, we'll include those materials here as well. And then if you just want to see who's speaking, here's the information on the speakers. And so let's say that you want to read more about them or learn more about them. Here's the information on the speakers. If you're having a really great time and want to tell everybody, you can put in something on your social feed. So that'll be something fun to be able to interact with other people there. We're very grateful for our sponsors. And so you'll be able to see all about the sponsors. And if you want to read more about them, you can do that here. It also will tell you the booth number that they're at if you want to visit them. And we also have exhibitors, which we're also very grateful for. So if you want to read more about the exhibitors or see which booth there is, or if you went to a booth and said that was interesting, I don't remember who it is, then you can look right here and see that. Throughout the conference, we'll have announcements, whether it's a room change or something that might be coming up, we want you to know about. So look at those announcements. We also will have some resources. For example, we'll put the floor plan here, any other resources that we think that might be useful for you. Then there are some research opportunities. For example, here is, I can't preview that. These will only be visible on your phone. So but any type of research opportunities that you'll have. And then finally, we'll have an evaluation of the whole program that you'll just be able to fill out right on the app and give us your feedback there. So I think what you'll be looking at mostly is the schedule. And again, it's very easy to use. You can just look at it right here. It goes down for the whole time and tells you all about the program. And like I said, we haven't put those in yet because they're not available to us yet, but we'll be putting the rooms in. So if you say, oh, I want to go to this conference, what room is that in? That's how you'll know. And when it comes up, so Rachel showed you the QR code, and it'll also be publicized in a number of other places. This is what you'll see. You'll actually go to an app called YAP, Y-A-P-P, and then this is what you'll see on your phone, and then it'll be very easy to access, very easy to download. If you don't want to use a QR code, there's also an URL that you can use. So I'll be around if you have any questions, help you use it. That is pretty user-friendly, and we hope that everybody utilizes it and gets some good information from it.
Thank you so much, Susie. I really appreciate all the hard work that you have done on this. And I wanted to say out loud something, a question that came in the chat, and that person wanted to know I used the QR code, downloaded the app. Do we need to create an account? And so the answer is no, you don't have to create an account to use the app and view all the info. When you open the app, just put in TMA 2024 IAPC to find the existing app. No login required. However, if you want to post in the app or connect with others, you can create an account. If you try to post on the social feed or do something else that requires an account, the app will prompt you. All right, if you are interested in volunteering on site, we have a volunteer sign up sheet that can go in it's probably already in the chat from before, but feel free to sign up for that. And then one of the things, the themes that Joe talked about was about connecting. Well, you guys know our theme this year is celebrating our connection. And so we are also excited to announce the very first program that helps us not only celebrate connections, but create new connections. And that is our Conference Buddy program. And a Conference Buddy program is just basically a way for you to make and foster a relationship with someone before you get to the actual conference. And we created it specifically for first-time attendees that may not feel as if they really know this community because it's their first time meeting other people with myositis. And so we wanted you to feel part of the family right away. And the best way to do that is to opt into that program, and we will match you with someone that has been to the conference before and kind of take you under their wing and tell you the ins and outs. So you can also sign up to be a buddy if you have been to one of these conferences before and you would like to serve in that way. Please sign up. We have the QR code. You have to opt in by August 30th, and then we will be connecting you guys and pairing you up. TMA will do our best to pair you with someone that lives close to you, has the same diagnosis. That's the optimal thing, right? But it just kind of depends on who signs up and what that makeup is, and we will get you connected. And it's not a big time investment at all. We just ask that you guys kind of have a chat before the conference, and then you try to meet up during the conference to, even if it's just a quick talk in the hallway in between sessions. So we're very excited about that. And please sign up if you're interested. So these slides, the next two slides are the links, and I'm going to activate all these links before I send it out as a PDF. When you get the PDF, you can click on the link and it'll go straight to what you need. I will also provide a copy of the chat. And again, I've got Nancy if you have Baltimore specific questions. Now, if you could please take our survey. You don't have to do it right this second because we are going to break out into breakout rooms soon so you can meet each other. But we do ask that you take our session survey to tell us how this orientation went and what we can do to improve. All right, and that's all. Paula, did you have any last words you wanted to send people off with before we do this breakout room?
I don't think so. We've been answering all of the questions in the chat as they come in. So I think we're in good shape to start the getting acquainted.
Okay, let's see.
I guess the
Yes.
last thing I would say, Rachel, is thank you to everybody, not just for attending today's conference orientation, but also for attending the conference. We're aware that it's a lift and it's an investment and you're traveling, and that's not always very easy. And so we're really grateful that you're making the effort, and we're doing our best to deliver an absolutely unforgettable experience for you in Baltimore.